No matter who of my mother's sisters and brothers hosted the holiday dinner, the setup was the same. Adults at a big dining table covered with platters of food and kids seated at one or two small tables in low chairs, removed from the grown-ups and their conversations, but within range of the adult eyes. At the adult table, things usually started out quietly, everyone acting polite as they carved the turkey and passed the ham. But you could count on it that halfway through the meal, the grown-ups grew more animated, usually with Clarice reminding her younger siblings of what their home life was like growing up in Cave Spring. None of you are old enough to remember, but I picked cotton to earn money to go away to school, Clarice would say. She had earned a teaching certificate in Alabama and returned home to teach at a local colored school near where the Turners lived. And Papa always held back some of my pay, so it took me longer than it should have to save up my tuition. Despite her father's insistence that she stay in Georgia and teach, Clarice defiantly squirreled away money for nursing school in New York. When remembering their father, Clarice and her sisters and brothers all agreed on two things. Dallas Coates Turner considered his family as superior to their neighbors, and he ruled his own household with an iron hand. So when Clarice claimed that their father had paid himself some of her cotton-picking money, nobody doubted that she spoke the truth. Tensions rose and arguments erupted whenever the siblings' talk turned to the amount and frequency of Clarice's largesse after she finished nursing school, got established in New York, and began sending money back home. It had been Clarice's money that helped pay for the boarding school education of 4 younger members of the Turner family. I left home not long after Clarice, insisted Dallas, oldest of the surviving 3 brothers. So I never looked to her for help. Before he could go on, Albert chimed in, "You're wrong, Dallas. You were still in the house when..." Before Albert could finish, Geraldine, youngest of the 5 Turner sisters, interrupted with, "Well, me, Sue, Clyde, and Al all have nobody but Clarice to thank for giving us the chance to go to Barber." Barber being the Presbyterian boarding school in neighboring Anniston, Alabama, where she, my mother, and their 2 younger brothers went away from home to go to high school. By the time the dinner plates and silver were collected and the assorted desserts of pineapple upside-down cake, vanilla ice cream, pumpkin pie, and fruitcake were set out, Dallas would be tipsy and mad at everybody. Clyde would be arguing that Clarice had promised him a watch, a graduation gift he said he never got. "You start this every year, Clyde," my Aunt Rowena would scold. "You're grown. Buy your own self a watch if you want one." My mother would sit at one corner of the dining table, an ashtray in front of her, a Camel cigarette poised between 2 fingers, one hand, and a cup of cream and sugared coffee within easy reach of the other hand for whenever she decided to have a sip. "Sue, you make the best pineapple upside-down cake," Clarice would say as she cut herself a second healthy slice. "Mama teach you to bake? Or Papa?" Their father had supported the family as a cook at the nearby school for the deaf and dumb. My mother would answer with a smile, "They both did," and let her brothers and sisters continue their squabbling. It fell to my cousins, my sister, and me to provide some of the lighter moments of these family gatherings. "Show us some of the latest dance steps," was all the adults had to say to get us kids up and performing the hucklebuck or the camel walk. We all got into the act and competed furiously, showing off our steps, to the point where sweat rolled down our faces and onto our holiday outfits. "Now that's enough," my mother would say firmly to end our performances. "Melba and Connie, have a seat."